morning. It is the Going On Daily Live morning show. I'm your host, Ron
everybody.
Radio, and I've got with me Luannah. How are you?
I'm great.
You're off and running already.
I am. I'm on BC Ferries on my way from my little island all the way to Victoria to do supplies, and I've got my
Got
co-pilot,
your doggy.
my puppy.
He is absolutely a beautiful animal.
Yeah,
Love it. Love it. It looks like he belongs on TV doing some
I know he
sitcom.
does. He stops everybody like a Hollywood star when we go out walking with him. Everybody just loves
I
him.
believe it. I believe it. I'd be one of those people that is interested in the dog too. So he just has that look, right?
Yes,
You
he
should
does.
market him to Hollywood. I'm telling you, he's destined. He's
He,
destined.
he's got the X factor.
Yeah. So you're off and running. You're sitting in your car on a ferry right now.
Yes,
So what happens? How long does it take the ferry to get there?
about an hour and 45 minutes.
All right. When did it start? How long do we got?
We've got it. We've got enough time. We don't land until 8:20 my time, so we're good to go.
Okay, and I just realized that my laptop is not plugged in and it's gonna shut off. Hold on.
Oops. Oh, I know those moments. I charged the computer last night to make sure that didn't happen to me today.
I
And I charged
usually
the phone.
always make sure it's plugged in,
Yeah.
and I did not do that, and probably because I put it over here last night when I was ready to go to sleep. Um, and I normally plug it in, but I wasn't feeling well yesterday, so
Right.
you
Yeah.
know I wasn't thinking right. So, but it's
That's
plugged in now, and we're ready to go. So no
awesome.
no power outages.
The right
Well, I
thinking
see
came back.
that. I probably just jinxed us. But we
Yeah.
we
It's
have a
funny.
great show.
Yeah.
Um, we're gonna be look. It is still Military Week here on Going On Daily, and today is season 2, episode 234. 234 episodes
Wow,
already this
that's
year.
awesome.
It is titled "Give Peace a Chance." Mr. John Lennon here. I got to listen to the song today. That, if anybody doesn't know, when I make a title of the show, it has something to do with the show. And this actually kind of has something to do with 2 topics today.
Hmm.
So I cannot wait. Um, we've got some fun facts of U.S. military and making peace within,
Hmm.
and also Iran's top 5. Now I don't know if anybody caught the show yesterday, um, but I did a little tribute to those entertainers and athletes that served in the military. So
Oh,
I named off of a bunch of them. I wanted to recognize those people that served.
yeah.
And I could not get to all of them, of course. There's so many.
Right.
But my number 2 was Elvis Presley.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
I decided today to do my favorite Elvis Presley songs for Ron's top 5.
Awesome. Oh,
So it's got you say that
until I see or hear the songs you're leaving
until you
out.
see the list, you might be wondering, what songs are going to make the list. You have to stay, to watch that. That is, and it's a tough one because it is Elvis, and he had like mega hits.
So many mega
There's
hits.
so many. He has a great voice. What a
Yeah.
great voice he has. You don't really appreciate it until you really start analyzing the songs.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he's got a great voice. Love it.
Beautiful.
But we are going to start out with the Christmas Truce of 1914. And wait till you see these graphics, Luannah, because I found a picture from that time.
Beautiful. Wow.
And you're going to love it because it really shows, what it was like on the front line.
Right.
Here we go. Here it is. We got that. It is actually the people in the photo
Wow.
that
Wow.
it was the British and the Russian, front lines right here, and they're mingling with each other. It,
Wow.
it's so it's such a strong feeling, when because look, whether countries, the leaders of countries that go to war for whatever reason is their own reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I made this the point yesterday that it doesn't matter who you're serving.
Yeah.
Like, most of these soldiers don't really want to be shooting each other.
Yes. Yes.
It's what they have to do because whatever country they're from
Yeah.
is in a battle, and that's what they got to do. You're serving your country.
Yeah.
So it's not on them. Like, most of these people did not, hate
Mm-hmm.
their enemy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
and this proves that fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
When
I would never have seen this picture if you didn't decide to do this topic. And I'm so
oh,
intrigued by it. And take it away. Take it away.
thank you. Yeah, because I was struggling with military where I want to give something that's meaningful, right?
Yeah,
And not just glorifying war, but somehow bringing together our shared humanity. And then that's the story that came up.
yeah,
And so to start, I just wanted to, say God bless every single human soul and animal soul that has ever
yes,
served
absolutely.
any war, any time in our time on earth.
Yeah,
And to honor, the courage, the love that each being brought to their country,
yeah,
right? I mean, one of my favorite movies, and you'll probably know this, is The Thin Red Line.
yes. Very
And
good movie.
I don't like war. I don't like war movies. But I once spent many years learning with a First Nations elder. Imaho was his name.
Hmm.
And on our retreats, he would always present a movie that makes us have to look at human suffering and pain so that in our spirituality, we're not ignoring it or bypassing it, and that we can connect to our mutual humanity. And so he showed us that movie, and that movie, oh my gosh, it just ripped my heart, but in beautiful, deepening ways. Because that movie is showing the perspective of war from the view of life
Right,
and shared
right.
humanity. And the cinematography is extraordinary, like in the middle of the war, and then the film shows these beautiful bits of nature and then glimpses of the humanity of each person on each side and the connectingness. And at the whole movie, anybody who hasn't seen the Thin Red Line, this will broaden your world of
It's a fantastic movie.
the best.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's it's heartfelt, and it goes deep in you know the feelings inside of like a person, really,
Yes,
when you start analyzing this movie. It's fantastically done. I mean, it's a masterpiece, really.
it is completely a masterpiece in every way, cinematographically, the
Yeah,
story, the reflections that it evokes on our
yeah,
mutual humanity and why war. War is
yep,
really, if I'm going to go into this later with the personal war inside, but really, war is reflecting all of the inner conflicts we have that we haven't resolved.
yeah. And when
An
you
external
brought this,
expression of that.
when you sent this topic, I was like, I cannot wait to hear, the perspective that you bring to it. And that is the brilliance of doing these themes, is because we have what, 11 hosts on this show,
Yeah.
and everybody brings something different to it. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, I generally bring a lot of the pop culture into it.
Mhm.
But then there's, just bringing in different angles, and being from different countries too, like
Yes.
you, Becky, and Sharon from Canada. You have different perspectives
Mhm.
as we do,
Mhm.
and like I said, it's not really about the leaders.
Mm-mm.
You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't matter. They're all nuts.
Hmm.
They're all power hungry.
Yeah.
I really don't like any of the leaders anywhere.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's the people that are going into battle, and it's like they're just, they're brought up a certain way, and we all know there's propaganda everywhere,
Oh yeah.
including this country,
Oh
right?
yeah.
We
Yeah.
all know this,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
And there
so
might
they're
be just
being told,
1% of truth in it, right? There might be just
yeah,
1% of truth, but
these
then it's all
guys,
embellished and made into something else.
these guys are being told something
Yeah.
by their leaders, and it's like, you
Yeah.
can't blame them. It's just
No.
like
No.
Japan in World War II when they're attacking Pearl Harbor, right? They think we're the enemy. They think that we're the bad guys because they're being told that.
Yes.
I have
Yes.
no idea. So
Yes.
you can't take the soldier and condemn the soldier
No.
for
Not.
what they're doing, when they're being ordered to do something and being told something completely different.
Yeah. And because they have the narrative that they have, it feels justified, right?
Yeah.
And on both sides. And the fact is really, it's not. But we're in this collective consciousness that hasn't evolved beyond war yet.
Yeah.
But for me, ultimately, the more individuals, the more of us that resolve our own inner war, where we
Yeah.
succumb to divisive thinking, to criticism, to judgment, and we go to observation to learn about ourselves and learn about each other, to find a way to, you know, bridge those conflicting moments that seems like there's only one or two sides, but conflict is inevitable because we're so many different universes with so many different
Yeah.
ideas. Right?
Yeah.
Conflict is inevitable, but for me conflict is an evolutionary tool to grow and to learn and to go
Yeah,
actually
you
beyond
gotta
war,
learn from it.
to go beyond war actually, right? So
Yeah.
there's, with
And
every conflict there's an invitation to grow, and we either choose that invitation to grow, or we just keep looping in the same cycles of pain, suffering, anger, resentment. And so those are the two paths.
yeah.
Either way, conflict's going to happen. Either way, countries are going to disagree. Either way, it's going to happen. But then what path do we choose? And we still choose war too much. But we will
Too
exhaust that
easy
at
to
some
do that.
point. At some point, that will exhaust itself because it's not sustainable. And as in
Right.
all nature, in ecosystems, what's not sustainable doesn't last. It will eventually change. It has to, because life can't prevail
Yeah.
without it. So I have faith in that. We're evolving, even so we just got to find and take the best out of everything and say, well, what can this teach me? The war that I'm looking at outside, where am I at war within myself? Where am I at
Yeah.
war with my family? Where am I at war with my neighbor? Where am I at war? And what's the use of war? What's it good for? Absolutely nothing. But conflict is good for growth,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, and people have conflicts over, just about anything, to be
yeah,
honest with you.
yeah,
And you have two nations here that do have deep rooted religious aspects, and the one common thing between the two nations was Christmas,
yeah. And the humanity that's behind Christmas, the human
right?
spirit
And
behind
I
Christmas.
don't how long was this truce for? Was it like
Just a day.
just a day?
Just
So
a day.
but it's a day that they'll never well, they're not around now. Obviously, this was World War I.
Yeah,
Most of
yeah,
them are not with us anymore.
yeah,
You'd have to be 111 to
yeah.
still, be around. I guess it's possible, but I mean, they had to have taken that memory with them.
Absolutely. I imagine they would share it with their kids. And that legacy probably lives on in each of their family lines.
Yeah.
That's what I would think,
And
right?
I mean,
That's
so they took the
but
Christmas break from a battle, and
yeah,
there they are shaking hands with each other
yeah,
and having conversations,
yeah.
and
And playing soccer.
after that's
They play
over,
They played
Yes.
soccer.
Yes.
They played with each other. It's like,
That's great.
wow, right? So it's like that's
Yeah.
another unifying thing, soccer. So Christmas and soccer, and they,
Yep.
you just think about that. They've been fighting in the war, in the trenches, in the mud,
Yeah.
right? And then the song of Silent Night, that's how it started.
Yeah. And you got to think, it's like, how could you go to battle the very next day against them?
Yeah,
That's
can you
the
imagine?
amazing thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
it's like,
like you just made friends
yeah,
and you start talking and laughing and the whole bit. I mean, you can see, them having a good time. Like this guy over here, he was actually smoking a cigar, celebrating,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's like I don't know how you can shoot at the other person now. I
yeah,
don't know how you do that.
yeah. No, I don't know
I
how they
wouldn't
do
be able
that.
to.
No, no. Yeah,
And
that's the incredibleness of this story. It's giving sharp contrast
yeah,
to possibility.
yeah,
Right?
it's
For that one day, humanity, the empathy of humanity, the shared reality of humanity prevailed
yeah.
over war. It
You put
prevailed.
the guns down, even if it was for a day. It was a day.
It was a day. It was a full day,
Yeah,
where they exchanged gifts, they exchanged
yeah,
tobacco, they ate chocolate, they played soccer, they put their weapons down, and they connected to their mutual humanity.
yeah.
And for me, that there is such a beautiful example in that. And also, like you say, it's like, how could they do that the next day? But
They
they
even had
held,
a tree. It's right
yes,
down here, and they had a tree, and they had gifts under the tree. And this gentleman that's right here, he is actually bringing something to put over there. And
right, yes, yeah,
it's just mind-boggling
yeah,
how humans can stop on a dime and
yeah,
pivot for
yeah,
a moment,
yeah,
and it's got to be something that can change. I mean, it hasn't changed throughout history. Obviously, we know there's wars going on right now,
yeah,
and there's got to be something someone can do to change that. I
yeah,
mean, it's really got to be done. Like,
yeah, yeah,
it's going to take something drastic to change it for the better,
yeah,
and that's the sad part. And it'd probably be tragic that happens. You
yes,
know, look, it did it in Independence Day, where
hmm,
aliens attack, and that united the
hmm,
world, right?
yes,
It'll take something like that, unfortunately, to do it.
yeah,
And you would have thought maybe COVID could have done that
yeah. But instead,
because it was a
it created
worldwide thing.
division instead.
It did. It
Yeah,
did, and that's unfortunate. It
yeah,
reversed
it,
anything that was done.
yeah, and it
It
changed
reversed
our
it.
human brain forever. I
Yeah,
mean, our nature is trust.
yeah.
Our nature is trust and connection, and that got really severely harmed
Yeah.
in that time. It was,
Hey, I still have hope for it,
yeah,
because when push comes to shove, when there's a tragedy, people tend to help others.
yes,
Whether it's a natural disaster or,
yes,
whatever it may be,
yes,
people tend to come to the aid of others.
yes.
And
That's our true nature.
yeah,
Until we get so hardened. Like I think of the song. I think of the he was the slave um, ship driver who wrote the
yeah,
song "Amazing Grace."
yeah.
Right, and so he used to transport slaves
Yep,
until a big storm, and then he prayed, and he'd never prayed before, and he said, God, help me to get through, and I will stop. He suddenly saw the light. It's like there's like a moment of insight, and he saw the brutality of what he was doing that he didn't see before, because he was just layered with the beliefs and the stories and but then that tragedy cracked that belief, and then
right.
suddenly he saw the world, and then he changed his life, and he became somebody who saved slaves. And then
Yeah.
that beautiful song Amazing
And
Grace came out of it.
exactly.
So
Exactly. And it's going to take a few countries to put in a leader
yeah.
that really has a heart.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it's not like that, unfortunately.
No, no.
And it's going to take one of the major countries to really change it. It's
Yeah.
it's going to. And that falls on United States, it falls on China,
Yes.
UK, Russia,
Yeah.
and Japan and India. Those are the countries that really need to step up and change the world.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is, because we can't have these guys fighting each other.
Yeah. 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 To step up for humanity, and find,
Exactly.
create a way to live well on planet Earth rather than suppressing the capacity to live well through
Yeah.
all of this. But this is a part, what I understand is all contrast has always exists throughout human history. So
Yeah.
it will always exist and there will be cycles of it, right? So it's
Yeah.
like seasons. So this season will end eventually. It has to.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a cycle of more unity, more connectedness. And if we evolve deeply enough, deeply
If
enough, that can
if
be sustained and we can keep building upon it. But that
yeah.
takes a collective to rise above the instinct to destroy because of fear.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I got a story of when I was a kid. We used to go camping as a family.
Okay.
Okay. So this is got to be, I want to say it was like somewhere around 1980, um, Cold War times, right?
Mhm.
And we went camping at Maple Park in Massachusetts.
Okay.
And the people next to us were Russian.
Okay.
Now, first of all, they're Russian in a time where it wasn't good to be a Russian in the United States,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Absolutely. Yeah.
so we're there, and they came over from their campsite and introduced themselves. They spoke pretty good English,
Yeah.
better than most Americans.
Mhm.
and and I was, you know, I didn't really know what was going on, but all of a sudden I'm like watching my mom and dad interact with this Russian couple,
Right.
and they didn't care, you know, that they were Russian.
Right.
And that to me was so great, because it's like people that from that age
Yeah.
didn't like Russians for the
Yeah.
most part. But
Yeah.
they had a conversation. They sat by the fire
Yeah.
for like the whole night,
Wow.
and they were
Beautiful.
just talking, telling
Beautiful.
stories about each other and stuff like that.
Like
And
like the Truce of 1914. That's exactly what they did. They didn't
it
care.
was so amazing, and that
Incredible. Yeah.
struck me. You
Yeah.
know, this reminded me of that
That
night,
experience.
and
Oh, that's
if
amazing.
only everybody could throw their differences aside, that would be wonderful. It would be wonderful.
Or even if it's not throw the differences aside, but acknowledge differences are okay. And how about we find a
Right.
middle road? Like Rumi,
Exactly.
the famous poet from Persia, he wrote, "Far out beyond the fields of right doing and wrongdoing, there is a field. I'll meet you there."
Yeah.
We need the
Yeah.
field. We need to be willing to meet at the field
Absolutely.
and meet our differences, and not all differences will change, but at least we can give the sole sovereignty to each other to say, okay, this is your world and this is mine, and maybe we can find some way to connect, even if we can't connect always.
Right. Right.
We can find, and basically our mutual humanity is that connection, our mutual
Yeah.
empathy. That is the connecting piece, right?
Yeah.
But when we get so caught in our beliefs and our separateness, and
Yep.
the othering of life, the othering, the
Yeah.
other, whatever it is, as long as we still get wrapped up in the othering of people and places and things, we are going to be perpetually in that war within ourselves and with each other
Yeah.
until we let the
Yeah.
other be something interesting to be curious about rather than something you want to destroy before you know what it is,
We
right?
just got to remember that people just like us, doesn't matter where they're from,
Yeah.
doesn't matter what color the skin is,
No.
just like us. We all bleed red,
Yes.
even
Yes.
though technically our blood is blue. But that's beside
Yes, and
that's
and
besides the point.
and there is a unifying force,
Yeah.
and if people, I'm comfortable with the word God. Does not everybody has to be, but
Yeah.
there is a unifying force that exists whether I exist or not, to even try to name it. There is a unifying force, and that is the force that connects us as human beings, and it's a creative force. It's meant to create, to grow, to evolve us. And a part of growing and evolving is destruction. There is a part of that that is always going to be a part of our experience. But when we can, do less destruction through creating more understanding and communication and understanding, we don't have to do the unnecessary destruction anymore. There's going to be stuff that
Yeah.
happens, but
We don't need to.
but if we can, find that, choose the bridge. It's not even find it. We know the bridge. That is the bridge.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
know
really
where the bridge is.
it's
It's whether
about
we want to cross it or not.
exactly. And then crossing it over moment by moment by moment. It's not just, okay,
Yeah.
I walked the bridge once. It's like moment to moment to moment, with every conflict, with every challenge. Where am I going with this?
Yeah.
Am I
Got to
am I
meet in the middle.
am
Always
I
got to
creating
meet in the
more?
middle. Like
Yes.
it's not that difficult of a concept.
No.
That concept has been around forever.
Yeah,
Forever.
for sure.
And we just got to enact on that.
And how do we enact
That's the
on
right
it?
word. Act on it.
Act
Yeah.
on it. Yeah. And how do we do that? First, we got to understand our human nature and our biology, because our biology
Yeah.
tricks us to think that we're in danger, because it doesn't know the difference
Right.
between an imagined threat or a real one.
Yeah.
And as soon
Right.
as we're activated in our limbic brain, I mean, this is going a bit into what I was going to talk to later, but hey, it's all coming out here. If we don't understand our biology, and we don't understand that we need to question strong feelings instead of think, oh, because it's a strong feeling, it's true. I need to say, well, wait, where's my strong feeling coming from? Oh, it's coming from fight or flight. It's coming from fear. False
Yeah.
evidence appearing real. So then I have to be willing to at least question it, and discern and distill it, so
Right.
I can make a really consciously aware choice versus an unconscious reaction that creates destruction. And that, for me, is the work that we all have to do every day in order to create a
Yeah.
more fulfilling life.
All this is so interesting because people know this.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this
Yeah.
because when you look at sci-fi movies and they have like alien races in it and they're interacting, whether it's Vulcan or whatever it may be, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They always have that awareness in those aliens, like
Uh,
they're calm, they're peaceful, and
yeah. They see a
they
bigger
always
picture.
have it.
Yeah.
So they're projecting it in these aliens,
Yeah.
but yet we can't do it ourselves. And
Yeah.
I don't understand that. So we
Yeah.
definitely know what we need to do, but we just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's sad.
And a part of it is because of the survival mechanism in our brain.
Yeah.
Our frontal cortex is still relatively new, right? So our
Yeah.
limbic brain helped us survive all these centuries,
Yeah.
right? So that's why it gets the authority to lead, because it's the oldest brain.
Yeah.
And so our frontal brain is still developing, but the only way we can develop it is by learning how to navigate and redirect the current of reactivity that comes
Yep.
when we're in conflict or when we're triggered. That's the only way our frontal brain will grow. It can't. It
Yeah.
doesn't just grow on its own because
Right.
it's there. It grows through the stretch and the pressure to, oh, I really want to react, but okay, wait, there's more. There's more in that inner wrestling match when we decide, I don't have to believe everything I think. And I
Yeah.
actually need to question everything I think. And I need to gather evidence versus just blindly believing any thought I have, which is based for my survival.
Yeah.
So until we understand that, we just think that our reactions are normal because it feels normal, because our limbic brain is what's been ruling us. So we don't know the
Yes.
opposite. And the thing is that makes it hard is that because we don't know the opposite, for our survival system to let go of control, we need to feel safe. But to go in the unknown, we don't feel safe. So there's like a catch-22 there, which is
Yeah.
where we need to gather as much knowledge and wisdom as we can, that we can bring into use and practicality in those moments of trigger, so that we can rewrite our biology, rewrite the course of where we go when we're triggered. But that takes a lot of effort. It's much easier to react than it is to reflect.
Yeah. Oh,
And
this
that's
we're
and
going to
that's
be talking more about this in a little while.
uh,
But we got to get to the business side of it right now. And
yes.
you are watching us live on Kick, YouTube, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting. You can also watch us live on Twitch at RI_broadcasting. And you can also watch us live on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at Broadcasting RI. If you can't watch us live because, maybe you're in another country and you just can't watch us live because it comes on in the middle of the night or so, or, you're working, but you can listen to the shows at Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio at RI Broadcasting. You can also follow us on all the social media, but not limited to these, because we're everywhere. MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Parler, Space Hey, and Gab at RI Broadcasting, and can get a mug.
I
Patreon.
can't wait for my mug at Christmas time. I'm
Yeah.
really looking
Christmas.
forward to
Christmas.
it.
You can follow us, and we really need you to follow us on the Facebook page, Going On Daily Morning Show. We used to have 10,000 followers on the Rhode Island Broadcasting page, but Mark took it away from us. But
Dear.
all is not lost. We're still here. But get on the Facebook page and follow us there, so that way we can go live on Facebook again and surprise Mark with, an appearance there live. I was thinking about that. It might not necessarily been our fault.
Yeah.
Like I know Ron went on a tangent. I myself went on a tangent about Facebook,
Uh-huh.
and I always accredited it to that.
Right.
But it may not have been us. It could have been one of the other shows that got us,
flagged.
Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. Could have been.
Yeah.
I just think Mark got his butt hurt by things that I said. That's probably what it was. But you can support the show on RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net. So, Mark, if you want, you can go there, make it all up, and donate up to $10 million. For Mark, $10 million would be the number that we would need Mark to make up for it.
And let's embrace differences. And yes,
right.
contradictory beliefs. It can happen. It doesn't need to be the end of the world.
Donate that $10 million. He can come on the show and we can talk it out. No problem. I have no hard feelings.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. Bless.
For $10 million. But everybody else can donate like a normal person, $1, $2, whatever it may be, $10, and it keeps the show going. So you can do that. You can also find where all the hosts can be found on the show. You can find all the different shows, including like Satterflix, where we have the movies, Sports Unfolded, Falls Count Anywhere, and Holy Shift Balls. You can find that all there on the website, including voting for the Hall of Fame. And this month we are doing Philip Seymour Hoffman, Sean Penn, Robin Williams, Gene Hackman, and Tom Hanks. And Robin Williams right now is running away with it.
Yes, I would imagine that. He's my first pick.
Yeah. I chose Tom Hanks.
Okay.
Because he wasn't getting the votes. It was all Robin Williams, so I was like, okay, I gotta go with Tom.
Him a little bit, yeah.
I love his movies, and Forrest Gump was one of the best movies ever made in my book.
Yes. Yeah, that was fabulous.
So I went with Tom.
Yeah.
But all of these actors deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
vote. You can vote right here in the comments. We tabulate those as well. So vote. If you don't want to go to the website, which I suggest because it has some stuff on there,
Yeah.
put it in the comments, please. All right. With that being said, let's move on to the next thing. Fun facts. And Military Week is still here, so we are doing fun facts of the U.S. military.
Okay.
This is a good one. There's some interesting stuff on this.
Okay.
The first thing, the U.S. Army is older than the United States.
What? How is that
How
possible?
you say? Well, they created the U.S. Army in 1775. The Declaration of Independence came out in 1776, of course, where we declared ourselves our
Oh,
own country.
wow.
So the Army preceded the country.
Wow, that's a cool fact. Holy cow.
Pretty neat, right? That's a good one.
Very good one.
Yeah, the Department of Defense is the largest employer of the United States.
No way.
Yep. Now
Wow.
you think about that. McDonald's has all these
Yeah.
restaurants, like all these big franchises,
Corporations,
you know,
franchises.
sports
Yeah.
teams and stuff.
Wow.
You know, like the NFL, I'm sure they have a lot of people working, but nothing like the Department of Defense. I mean, you figure.
Wow.
I mean, everybody on the payroll is in the military, right?
Right, right. Wow. Wow.
Pentagon, the whole bit.
Wow.
Coast Guard, Navy, all of that.
Right.
It all goes
Sense
under
when you
the Department of Defense.
Right. Wow.
The Navy is the second largest air force in the world, second to the U.S. Air Force.
Wow.
So the Navy Air Force is bigger than any other country's Air Force.
Wow.
The Navy, where
That's
they have boats.
Yeah, I never would have thought that. Yeah, that's like
Right.
another little
Pretty
brain
good.
twist right there.
Yeah,
Like,
you did.
wow.
These
Yeah.
are some spectacular fun facts here. There were 31 presidents that served in the military. And I'm just guessing that the current president isn't one of them.
No.
Just guessing.
Yeah. Yep. I never heard if he was. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was not. Pretty sure. I mean, he was a rich guy, right?
Right.
Not going to war.
Right.
Before World War II, this is appalling. Actually, this is kind of ugly. A swastika patch was used by the 45th Infantry Division in honor of Native Americans before World War II.
Before World War II. Oh, right.
Okay.
Wow.
So, you know, when Mr. Hitler decided to rise to power and do that, they changed it. They changed it to a Thunderbird. So,
Wow.
So it actually represented something nice.
Well, I know that the swastika in India was it's like a similar but reversed, and it has like a divine meaning, but that Hitler flipped it and turned it so it's the counter frequency of what the original frequency was, right? Yeah. Wow.
So that just puts another twist on that and how dastardly he was.
Yeah.
He took something that was good and made it evil.
He inverted morality, basically. He inverted. He made what was bad good and what is good bad. Oof, yeah, it sends shivers through my body.
Horrible human.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are those that are horrible. All right. The 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, they are known as the Old Guard. is the oldest active duty infantry unit and has guarded the tomb of the unknown soldier since 1948.
Wow.
So if you go there to visit the tomb, you're going to see that regiment.
Wow.
And they've been in active duty since, before that, obviously.
Wow.
So
Incredible.
that was a great one too. The old guard. So they've
I
been
love that
around
movie,
forever.
by
They
the way, The
served
Old
U.S.
Guard. That's one of my favorite movies, The Old Guard, but it's the
Yeah,
more metaphysical one, right? Yeah, but
yeah.
that's what comes to mind. But yeah, wow.
Um, Here's a good one. The Lewis and Clark expedition was an army mission. So it was the army. Excuse me.
That's you.
Um, it was an army mission to map the continent and explore its secrets.
So like you're talking
So it
about Lewis
wasn't
and
just
Clark, like Superman, Lewis Clark Kent, like
so it was an army expedition. They just brought them around because they knew what they were doing.
wow, wow,
So they paid those two guys to show them the way so they wouldn't be walking into something they couldn't get out of.
right, right,
But I think there was like, I don't know, like 50 people on that. We talked about this with the exploring, and now I've already forgotten that number.
right, right. Yeah,
So
2 weeks ago.
there was a lot of people that were with them on that expedition. That was really just to map and make sure there was nothing hostile. You know.
Wow. But
So
when
that
you
was,
say Lewis and Clark, I think of Superman, Lewis and Clark, Lewis,
yeah, that's Lois Lane and Clark Kent, right?
like how did they like? Is there any
Yeah.
relationship to choosing that name? I don't know. It just kind of made me think. It's like
No, because I think, maybe, I don't know. That's an interesting thing.
yeah, it's just the first question that came to my mind. Is like, okay, so there's two places, Lewis and Clark, right? It's like, well, what is the
Yeah,
connection?
I know it's Lois and
Lois,
Clark, but
but it's still close enough, right?
it's right there.
Right there,
That's
right? So anyways,
interesting.
that would be
That's
interesting
interesting.
to Google and explore and see if there is any correlation, right? Because yeah,
Yeah, I
that's fun.
mean, Superman doesn't go back that far, right?
No,
Like the
and he was
comics.
from the Arctic. He was from the Arctic.
It's interesting. It sheds a whole new light on things, right? All right, the last one. The first U.S. Army submarine was used during the Revolutionary War, and it's not the Ironclad. I don't know if you remember the Ironclad. I think that was Civil War.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
So
I've heard
the
the name.
first one, the first one was created by David Bushell, and he named it Turtle.
Hey, I'm wearing
So
turtles.
So it was basically made out of wood, and it
Turtle.
had like a lead um thing at the bottom so it wouldn't turn over and stuff. And
Wow.
and he had it was a crank propeller that you had to like turn and crank it to
Wow.
move it forward.
Wow.
And it had a foot pedal that made it rise and sink into the water. And on September 7th, 1776, which is weird because this is after Independence Day, so
Uh-huh.
little weird. There was a ship called the HMS Eagle. It was a British ship, and it was located in the New York Harbor. And the pilot was Ezra Lee, and his job was to go with that submarine and blow up the ship. Now, this is after we're already
Wow.
a country.
Right.
So why are we blowing them up? Wasn't it over by then?
Huh. Interesting.
Makes you wonder. Maybe we're not so nice in politics,
Huh.
even back then.
Even back then. Yeah.
But Ezra Lee was not very good at it. He didn't have much training, so he couldn't really do it very well. So he left it abandoned in the, in the harbor, and the mission was scrapped.
Wow.
So that's a nice little tidbit there. I
Those were
mean,
good
I
fun
don't know if for sure the war was over then.
Yeah.
It might not have been. I mean, we just declared a country. It doesn't mean that we are. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, wait, we don't recognize that.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
You
Interesting.
know, I'm just saying. It happened post being a country, so to speak.
Right. Right.
So, but that was the first submarine, U.S. Army submarine.
Wow.
That was the first one. It was made out of wood.
Made out of a submarine made out of wood?
Yes.
I guess it would have to be back then. Hey, wow.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
extraordinary. Wow.
I mean, it didn't work, well enough to do anything, but General George Washington did credit Bushell in the basically the invention.
Wow.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
Wow.
good. Those are the fun facts of
Cool.
the U.S. military.
Those were awesome facts.
Right? Like we're already at 47 minutes. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So we gotta go to the next topic. And that is making peace within. So we gotta try to limit
Yeah,
this to 10 and then Ron's top 5 to 10. So I'm sure
absolutely.
we can do it. I'm sure we can do it.
Oh, sure. That's 9:30. Yeah, okay.
Because we got to worry about time for you, especially you're on that
I'm on the
that
ferry.
little ferry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of stirring. I've been seeing a lot of people walking around. So,
Oh, yeah,
you
lots of
know,
moving around. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I covered some of what I wanted to cover in this topic before, so I
yeah,
don't really need to maybe take it as much. But one of the things that, you're familiar with Studio Ghibli. You're a movie buff too, right? Studio
yeah,
Ghibli? So
familiar.
what I love about those movies is in every single movie there's a character that doesn't choose a side. They find the middle path. That's why I
Yeah,
love those movies. So I've always been more like Ashitaka. I
kind of
remember
like
when I
Switzerland.
yeah. Well, but Switzerland doesn't do anything. Still, the middle character is actually having an influence of good
Yeah,
on
that's
both
true.
sides, right?
That's
So
true.
that's a little bit different.
Yeah,
But I
they get
remember
involved.
yes, yes. So I remember when I first saw Princess Mononoke I guess it was in early 2000, and the core character Ashitaka, I just like, that's me, right? It's like, so Ashitaka, you know, he there's war going on between the animals, nature, and human beings, basically, right? And then
Yeah,
he goes to the woman who's at the lead of this war, and she's like, "What are you here for? You're trying to find out my secrets?" And he says, "No, I'm here to see with eyes unclouded by hate."
right.
And she says, "I don't understand. What side are you on?" He says, "I'm not on any side. Why does there have to be sides?" Right?
Exactly.
And so
It
so for
doesn't have to be sides. That
yeah,
is, and oh my God, that is something I used to tell the kids at the YMCA all the time. You
right.
know, and it's like you get two kids arguing,
Yeah,
and they're trying to be the mediator,
yeah.
and one kid says, "Oh, you're always on his side," and I'm like, "Why does there have to be sides? There's no
Yeah.
sides."
Yeah, there's no
I used
sides.
to tell them that all the time. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's so funny.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and that's that's been sort of an irritating quality for other people in my world, in my family, and workplaces, because whenever somebody would try to make a villain out of somebody, I'm like, yeah, but they have a story too. Or but there's something more. Maybe you're not seeing the whole thing. Or okay,
Yeah,
yes, they have that aspect, but they also have this aspect. And so that's always been a part of my nature. So when I saw the Princess Mononoke, my heart was just like, oh my, I cried, and in that, so in the process of trying to make things right, he gets affected, he gets cursed by one of the wild boars, the demon, the energy that overtook the boar because it got so angry with the human beings creating war on its nature that it became that force itself, right? So that the boar that was a peaceful creature became the energy of war and
Right. Yeah.
violence because it reacted with anger towards it. Not to say it wasn't justified, but just seeing how that happens. And so Ashitaka, it's his arm, you can see the curse on his arm. And whenever he saw something that, was not right, he'd have to control his arm.
Uh-oh.
Wanted to just rip the head off of the person. And so that is the exact beautiful visual representation of the journey within, of gaining that mastery, of recognizing where has that curse of hatred and anger infected me? What situations activated it? And how do I control that? Because I know it's only going to cause harm. So how do I subdue it long enough so that I can create a different pathway towards peace in my own self and with others, and even with their own self. I mean, we are our worst enemy. We beat ourselves up all the time. So that's where it starts.
Don't have to tell me that.
But that's where it starts. Peace begins with me, and me bringing peace into my own inner universe, where I have contradictory factors that are even trying to suppress my true nature and my humanness and everything, because that's what trauma does. Trauma interrupts our naturalness, and in that interruption of naturalness, we create surviving coping mechanisms that are protecting us, but they're ultimately harming us and harming other people. So this is why becoming more conscious of what is ruling me from the shadows. Exactly.
And you can't look, you're not ever going to be perfect.
No, it is not perfection.
Everybody's got their thing, and we talk about these kind of situations all the time. There is a fine line between all of this, and trying to walk that fence is very difficult. And at some point, you're going to fall off to the side.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing you can do about that, except to be more aware of what you're consciously doing.
Exactly. What did I miss there? It's not about perfection. It's also, what I like to do is I like to change the word perfection to excellence. Because perfection implies there's one way and one way only to be perfect, whereas excellence is an ongoing journey.
This is true.
Excellence is like, I'm going to get better. And within excellence, I'm allowed to fall, and I'm allowed to get up and do better. In perfection, I'm not allowed to fall. Right? So
that's been a thing forever in history. It's like, it's not, whether you fall, it's whether you get back up, right? It's that whole thing that keeps coming up. And that is the key. And we just, brush it aside like it really doesn't mean anything, but it means so much.
It means everything, because then it means that we can change and we can evolve. We can always get better. And also, what I've noticed in my own evolution of healing my traumas and everything is that the more self-awareness I have, and the more I understand what trips me up when, the more I gain navigational control over that, redirect it. And then also to redirect it inwardly, understand it more, and I can heal that pain. And what that ultimately does is it deepens my quality of life. I feel richer. I feel enriched by life by doing that inner journey, because now I have more, again, I call it skills, to understand my inner underworld and my shadows that were born out of my traumas. I can bring them to the light, and I can alchemize them into something useful. And to understand that, just one second, sorry, and just to understand that this is just a part of life. When I embrace that this is a part of life, when I embrace the contrast will always be there, then I'm no longer fighting the reality, and then I'm starting to engage it instead and do something about it to make it better, But as long as I'm resisting and I'm thinking life should never be hard, or I should never fail, or, oh, I made a mistake. It's like, okay, great. You made a mistake. You found a way that doesn't work. Now you're closer to finding the one that does. Right. But as long as I have this idea, I shouldn't make a mistake. I should never get triggered. Nobody should get triggered. Nobody should ever be upset. Everybody should follow my script. If I have that belief, I am creating war in myself and in every relationship I have.
Yeah, and you
Right.
said something about navigation, right?
Yeah.
Now, a great analogy has to do with sports. Like
Okay.
you go up to the plate and you strike out.
Yeah.
And then, somebody keeps saying you just keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. You
Keep
go
doing it.
up there, you strike out, you strike
Yeah.
out, you strike out. Well, maybe you just have to navigate and you're not playing the right sport.
That's possible too.
You know, why not try, I don't know, like badminton or whatever,
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what the sport is,
Yeah.
but the matter is, yeah, you're falling down and you can't get up. You don't have to get up the same way all the time
No,
and
and we
keep
should, and we
trying
should
at the
really.
same thing
Yeah.
because if you're doing something and it doesn't work, you eventually have to learn that you have to change what you're doing. So
Yes.
maybe that
Yes.
being a baseball player isn't the thing you need to do.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a basketball player. And
Yeah. Yeah.
and so it is navigating through what you're doing. If you're gonna keep making the same mistake, you're
Yeah.
not learning anything.
Yeah. And like an example in conflict, right? So we always have to look at, where am I the common denominator? What's my piece? And then
Right.
and learn, and that's a blind spot, like what you're saying with the baseball, not realizing that, my story isn't complete.
Yeah.
And if I keep meeting the same situations again and again, well, I'm the common denominator. So then that means I need to reflect and I need to see. And sometimes,
Exactly.
one analogy I love is like on a boat at sea, right? And so this is where my trajectory has always been, my identity, my story. But if I shift it just 0.001 degrees, I don't see the change right away, but eventually I end up completely different. So
Exactly.
it's not about making quantum changes. It's the little changes that
Yes.
create the quantum changes, right?
And that means, like, maybe you're not a good hitter. Maybe you belong on the mound and you're supposed to be the pitcher. So
Yeah.
same game,
Yeah.
just a different aspect of it. Or maybe as a manager in a dugout. That it's the same, it's that same
Yeah.
principle. You're changing just a
Yeah.
little bit. You don't have to change the
Yeah.
complete thing, just a little aspect of it, and that changes the course.
Yes.
That is,
And when we're
oh my
open to
God.
that,
I like have this
yeah.
light bulb above my head now.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Because like when we're at least open for that possibility, when we suspend
Yeah.
our absoluteness, our conclusions, and we know that we see that everything in life is always evolving into more of itself.
Yeah.
Nothing is always the same. We have this idea, this is me and this is who I am, this is who I'll always be. That's not how life works. We're designed to evolve. We're designed to become even more of who we are, not just the same,
Yeah.
and to refine and to let go of the things that we are no longer, because we're not supposed
Yep.
to be the same all the time. And this
This
is
is
one of the
just a
ways,
brilliant,
this is one of the
brilliant
ways that we,
conversation.
hey, thank you. This is one of the ways we start to bring peace within ourselves, embracing the contrast, being open and willing to grow and evolve moment by moment beyond where we are and who we think we are. So then we're actually really living life rather than
Yeah.
repeating a script of life. We want to
This
be
leads
alive
me
and
into,
live.
oh, we just lost you for a second there. Get the robot voice again.
Oh,
Look, this leads
oh,
me into where people need to find you. So
oh.
Luannah, just let people know where they can find you and get more insight from you. People, look, if you want to be at peace with yourself and others, you might want to contact Luannah.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah, so my website, soulspectivesinstitute.com, my retreat center, serenitybythesea.com. I just opened an account with Substack where I'm articles now. So I just posted one. Substack is called Reflections for the Evolving Soul. So go find me there, support me there. That would be awesome. I'll be doing regular writings and posts and
Awesome.
stuff like that. So that would
That's
be
awesome.
the best thing. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, look, I mean, I said to Kyle yesterday that because we get on the topic of helping others, and of course, like I told Kyle, I was like, I get help every week. Every time I'm on with Kyle or Luannah, I get
Oh,
help.
that's so
It's like
sweet.
my own therapy,
Oh,
and so after Wednesday, I'm like feeling pretty good for the rest of the week.
oh, that's so awesome. Thank you, Rod. That's
So
beautiful.
it does work when you're talking, and it's like I don't really talk to anybody, so I don't say anything. I don't talk about personal things about with anybody. But for
Yeah.
some reason, with you and Kyle, I'm blurting out everything of my life on the show with you two. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
It's the frequency.
So,
It's the frequency. Yeah,
oh, it is.
that's
So,
awesome.
all right. Luana, we could talk about this
Yeah,
forever.
yeah.
It's such a great topic. I'm sure we're gonna need to do this again sometime
Sounds
for
good.
that specific topic because it's endless. And
Yeah.
I put everything into sports analogies
Yes,
because that's the
and
way
it's
my
great.
brain thinks. But it's the same thing. It's the
It
same
is.
principles,
It is.
and it
Absolutely.
works. And that's why I had like that epiphany. Is like, oh my god!
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Beautiful.
All
Beautiful.
right, we got to start wrapping it up. So we're gonna go through this really quick. This man served, in the army. Mr. Presley. Look, I mean, the guy's a legend. And, say what you want about him, in his latter years with the substance abuse and whatever it may be. I don't know. I don't know all the details because you're only going to know what they want you to know.
Yeah.
So believe what you want to believe about this man,
Yeah.
but he was a great entertainer,
Yeah.
you know. And I guess back then, if you look like that, you're doing all right for yourself. I mean, he had everything going for him. The voice,
Yeah.
the moves. Look at the moves down there in the corner.
Yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I picked him out because I'm a big Elvis fan. I grew up on that stuff and watched all his movies and all that stuff. And and I have captains. I don't know why it saved it as captains. I don't. But it's top 5 Elvis Presley songs. My
Uh-huh.
favorite Elvis Presley songs. These are my favorites. Um, there's a lot of them out there. I'll run through a few of them. I mean, he's a serviceman, so I decided to do him this week. And I'm glad I didn't do the military movies with you, though. Glad I didn't do that one. I did that one with Kenny. Because you don't like military movies, I wouldn't have gone over very well with you. so now this is going to surprise a lot of people. Some of these songs. These are just some of the songs that I did not put on my list. Little Sister, Are You Lonesome Tonight? Remember that one?
Yeah, I do that.
Hard-Headed Woman.
Yeah, that's a good
You're
one.
going to want to sing all of these. Good Luck Charm. He did My Way.
He did My Way as well? I had no idea.
He did My Way. I
Oh,
used to have the 45 until my mom broke it when I wasn't listening. Because I used to play that one when she upset me.
Oh, so you could upset her.
I did it my way. And I didn't clean up my room, and that was on the record player. She came in. You don't want to clean it? I'll clean it. Snap. You learn really fast not to mess with my mom. I love music. I love music. That was the way to get me to go get in line, right?
Right. Oh, wow, man.
I play all the time. Kentucky Rain, Return to Sender did not make my list.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah.
Return to Sender.
I love it. I love it. I was like debating, do I put it in? What do I do? I don't know. I couldn't make up my mind. In the Ghetto, love that song.
Yeah.
Heard it yesterday, matter of fact. In the
I
Ghetto.
don't remember that one. How does that one go?
I'm not singing that song. I'm not singing it. Nope. Nope.
Okay.
Because I only know In the Ghetto.
Okay. Oh, that rings a bell. That's enough to ring a bell.
There we
But I'll
go.
have to
See,
listen.
there we go. That's all I know. I don't know all the words to it.
Yeah. Right.
All Shook Up.
Oh, that's a
Right?
good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. How is it
All
not
shook
on the
up.
list, right? It's not.
Yeah, I'm all shook up. Ba-da-da. Yeah, that's a good
Stuck
one.
on You. Another good
Stuck
one.
on You. Yeah.
He did Tutti Frutti. You know, the famous.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that.
Everybody knows it by Little Richard.
Yes. But I remember it. I remember one of the movies. I used to watch the Elvis movies when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to love them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember.
Heartbreak Hotel. That is very highly rated amongst other lists.
Right.
I do not have it on my list.
Yeah.
Heartbreak Hotel. Don't Be Cruel. I don't have that one on the list either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be cruel that I didn't put it on there, but
yeah, it might be. Good play on that.
might be. Blue Hawaii.
Oh, I don't remember that one. I should.
Hawaii.
Hawaii,
Now,
but I don't.
Now, these next four, people are going to get very angry at me.
Okay.
Now or Never is not on the list.
No way, really?
Wow. No way. Nope, it's not.
No.
Also not on the list is Teddy Bear. Just want to be your teddy bear.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Love this song, right? I love it. I
Yeah.
couldn't put it on the list. Couldn't put it on the list. Jailhouse Rock is not on my list.
No way. Wow.
Not on my list. Jailhouse Rock.
Okay.
Couldn't make it.
We're getting close to docking, Ron. I've got like 8 minutes.
All right. Also not on the list is Can't Help Falling in Love.
No way. That's one of the most famous ones.
Classic.
Wow.
It's classic. Not one of my favorites. Not one of my favorites. It's on my list of top 100 songs of all time.
Okay.
But it's not one of my favorites.
5. Not the top 5. Okay. Gotcha.
All right. Honorable mention. Love Me Tender. That's an honorable mention because it was one of the first songs my mom and dad danced to. I heard the story a million times.
Right.
So, in honor of them, I have that as an honorable mention. I could not put it, out.
No, of course not. You got to include that. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Honorable mention, Blue Suede Shoes.
I had a pair of blue suede shoes once. Right, yeah, that's a good song. Yeah.
Honorable mention, Hound Dog.
Oh, love right. I forgot about that one.
Love the song.
Hound dog crying all the time.
Yeah, and it's only an honorable mention, not in the top 5.
Still, we're still only in honorable mentions. Oh, my focusing
honorable
part
mention
too. So I thought we were already in the top 5.
Trouble. Wow. Trouble is an honorable mention.
Okay.
And my bubble song, number 6, was The Devil in Disguise.
I don't know. I don't
That's
remember
the bubble. That is an honorable mention.
Okay.
Devil in Disguise.
All right.
Just the devil in disguise.
Okay.
Number 5. Number 5.
Here we go.
A Little Less Conversation. But the newer version that JXL did with the meshing of like modern music. Little Less Conversation. It was featured in Everybody Loves Raymond when Robert got married.
Oh, okay.
And they were doing the dance down the line.
Right.
Great song. Love the song. Love it. Number 4, Burning Love. A hunka burning love.
Oh, I forgot about that song. Right.
Burning love. Number 3, That's All Right. That's all right, mama. That's all right.
Oh, that's a good song.
Love that song.
Right. I love that song too.
But the next 2 are way above all of it. Way above.
Okay, I'm just going to warn you. My husband's about to come in the car and Pono might start going crazy. So
okay.
He's going to be happy.
All right. Number 2, Viva Las Vegas.
Okay. Viva Las Vegas.
Love that song. I love the music in that song. It's got like a little,
How
you
does it
know,
go?
Viva Las Vegas.
Oh, yes.
Viva Las
Yes,
Vegas.
yes.
All right, number 1,
Okay.
Suspicious Minds.
Oh, yeah, that's a great
It's
one.
way
Oh,
out there. It's way better than anything.
yeah,
It's a great
that's
song.
true. That's
Suspicious
a
Minds
phenomenal song.
is the number 1 Elvis song.
Yeah.
We'll get to this really quick.
Yeah.
Let me see. Tomorrow, Saturday is Ira, Lena, and JP. I have JP back with them on Saturday morning,
Okay.
because there might not be a Sunday morning show.
Oh,
I might not be able to do the show on Sunday. So
what's the usual show on Sundays? I don't.
Sunday's usually like me and Kenny, and then JP switches back and forth.
Ah, right.
So I got to figure out what to do with Kenny. It could be a 4-person show on Saturday, maybe not. I don't know. Or maybe me and Kenny will do one later on in the day.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so that is that. And again, go to RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net, and also go to SoulSpectivesInstitute.com. You can find Luannah where?
Where? Like Facebook, like Luannah Victoria, Substack.
Yeah, where?
Yeah. Soul Spectives Institute, SerenityByTheSea.com. Yeah.
Yep. There we go. So check it out. Follow us. And I hope everybody enjoyed the show today. We will see everybody again. Oh, wait. No, tomorrow is Thursday. Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
Tomorrow is Becky and JJ tomorrow.
Yes.
Why do I think today was Thursday?
Well, last week I was Tuesday, so I think my schedule's been changed.
I'm all confused.
I'm all confused. A little, yeah.
So tomorrow is Becky and JJ. You got to be here for that. They always have. Oh, there's going to be a lively update, I'm sure.
Okay.
Lively update. So
right.
Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your
right.
day, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. Bless you all. Yay. It was fun.